Hey guys, and welcome back.
And thanks for joining us today.
So we came to the Florida Caverns State Park, and we want to bring you along with us on the tour inside the Florida caves. So stick around. We hope you enjoy this. So in case you didn't know, you can actually book and purchase your tickets online. The window for those tickets are slim, so if you try to log in the evenings or on the weekends, more than likely you won't be able to do it. Lou ended up getting it because every time I check, it wasn't open. So definitely try to do it online. If you get 1 o'clock, for example, that's the time we chose. When you get here, they say that you're going to meet the park ranger out in the front 5 minutes before. So 12:55. If you get here early, then there are three different, if I'm not mistaken, three different trails that you can take. One is right off of the visitor center. It's like a quarter of a mile, and they estimate that it takes about 15 minutes. So you can definitely kill time by doing that little 15-minute hike. There's a museum right upstairs above the visitor center, so we're going to check that out as well right before this tour. But stay tuned for the next vlog where we'll go ahead and take you on some of the little hiking trails through here so that you can check it out. All right, let's go check out the museum and then meet the ranger downstairs to go on the tour.
If other minerals are brought down with calcite, they'll discolor it. The gray color, here we see an example of cascading dripstone pools. The water comes in back here, and as the water hesitates along the margins here, it deposits minerals and build up walls around the little pools of water, all the way down. To the left, we see an example of pressure. Each worker was allotted $30 per month salary. 25 of that was to be sent home to their families at the end of the month, and each worker kept
boating, camping, fishing, golfing, swimming, picnicking, nature trails, and multi-use trail. Several days later, and I'm sitting here editing the vlog that you're watching. And as you may remember from the cooking vlogs, I ran into a point where a bunch of our files ended up getting corrupted. Well, the same thing happened here. Unfortunately, like the first half an hour of the tour was just not recoverable. Thankfully, Lou downloaded a repair app, repair software, and we were able to recover at least like 25 minutes of the tour. So let's tune in now. I am so sorry that you guys missed the beginning. The tour guide was wearing the mic. He put on our mic so that you can hear him. And he did the whole tour with you guys. So let's tune in now and see what I was able to like.
They stopped work here in 41, and I believe the park was either open in 42 or 44 for the public. Now, this is called the Cathedral Room. The overseers of the CCC are the ones who labeled this room. A lot of them were World War I veterans. And as they came through here, they saw that big formation right there and said it reminded them of the cathedrals they saw in Europe. Now, I also like to call it the Disney Castle, because you've seen Donald Duck, you've seen the castle, you guys have been to Disney World. You don't have to pay overpriced prices for a mouse-shaped pretzel. Now, you guys probably felt a temperature change in this room. There is another natural air vent in this room. It is right up there on that shelf. You guys can't see it, but that is where it's located. Now, what is neat about the natural air vents, they are so small in this cavern, there's only one species of bat that can fit down here. They're the most common species of bat found here in Florida. They're called tricolor bats. Fully grown, they're about 3 inches long. Now, They get the name tricolor because you're about to find them in 3 shades of brown, from a dark brown to a medium brown to like a light brownish color. Now, even though they are about 3 inches long, they will eat about 500 insects in an hour. Now, they are solitary bats, so mainly you will find them by themselves. Now, there is one in the next room. He's been in hibernation, so we'll get a chance to see one. Now, in this room, there is one formation you guys are allowed to touch. It is right up here. To get to it, we gotta walk around that white reflector post. There is a big water puddle in front of that post, so please be very careful as you walk around it. It is easier to go around the left side of that puddle, I have noticed. Do you guys have any questions? No? All right, if you guys are ready, you can follow me. Never heard that sound down here before.
At least it was the phone and not my face.
Now, this is the one formation right here you guys are allowed to touch. It's known as the touching column. As the CCC was walking through here, they were walking on loose gravel and clay. They would slip right here and use it to catch themselves. So the oils from their hands have stopped this thing from growing. Because how these things grow is, the mineral water will stick to them, the water evaporates, and the minerals stay behind. Well, now that there's oils all around this thing, the water is no longer able to stick to it since oil and water do not mix. That mineral water slides right off of it. So as you guys walk past it, you're more than welcome to touch it. You can hug it. You can rub elbows with it. You can high five it. I can't believe I have to say this. Please do not lick it. And I'm going to leave it at that and keep going.
An employee of the Florida State Park System?
No, the tours are a private thing.
Oh.
I think it's custodian or something like that, services. So I'm an employee at the gift shop.
Oh my goodness.
Now I am working as the tour guide until a ranger position opens up for the state park.
That would be great.
Good.
By chance been to Carlsbad Cavern?
No, man, sadly, this is the only cavern I've been in. I am trying to change that this summer.
Yeah. But this is amazing, but that one is incredible.
I would like to go to be able to kind of compare and contrast. I'm like, hey, our cavern has this, theirs does it, but theirs has this, and like, kind of see how different they can be.
I like this one because it still has very much of its primitive look. The one at Carlsbad, at least the walk we did, it was wide, it was paved. I think it might have even been wheelchair accessible.
Some
It was
parts
very,
of it
very updated.
were, but they had done
That's disappointing.
theater
Yeah, they're in
Right.
April.
really highlight some of the
Broadway
features.
theater
It was-
lighting, so they had everything
it was
dramatically
pretty
lit. It's an experience. It's a good experience, but I like this. It feels more natural.
Mm.
You can walk down there. Drops you quick.
Now, like I said, there is a bat in this room. I can't give you guys too much light on him because I don't know which way he's facing. Their eyes are very sensitive to light. So that is one myth about bats, is they are blind. That's not true. Some species of bat, their vision is good as ours. If you look right up here on the ceiling, that dark coloration right up there, that is a tricolor bat. Like I said, it is kind of hard to see way up there.
Oh, in there, I
Yeah.
see.
In a crevice?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Now, Fish and Wildlife was down here the other day doing a bat survey, and they did check him out. That he is doing pretty good. He's not showing any signs of distress, and he's a pretty healthy size for a tricolor bat. He is hibernation because the weather around here at night can't decide what it's going to do. Some nights it's nice and hot and humid, and some nights it's cold. Once we start getting more constant temperatures of warmer nights when the insects start flying around more, that's when he'll wake back up and he'll start moving around. One thing about tricolors, they don't hibernate like other species of bat do, where they'll hibernate till winter's end. These guys will hibernate on and off. You know what? Sometimes we'll have a cold snap that'll last a few days, and it's back to 80s, 90s. They'll start moving around again. So you can tell what the bats are going to do by the insects. If you start seeing mosquitoes all around your yard and stuff, you'll start tricolors will start to come out of hibernation. And once the insects go back, and when it gets cold, they'll go back into hibernation.
How do they check them out?
And they did come through here and then kind of like a visual, what a healthy tricolor bat looks compared to a sick one. That he's not, he's not skinny. And they checked his temperature with a little thermal gun, so he's a good temperature and all that. That's one thing that has helped them with them being solitary and also not hibernate as long. It's helped them with that white nose syndrome that's been going around the nation. It's in less than a decade, it's wiped out at least 1 million bats. It's a fungus that grows on their nose, and when they're hibernating long enough, that fungus has times to grow on their nose, and it wakes them up because it itches. That's why they're supposed to be asleep. They're awake trying to scratch it off, and they either die of starvation or they give out from exhaustion. They'll fall to the cavern floor. With tricolor bats, since they do not hibernate long enough, they're able to they'll wake up and clean themselves off of them. And they'll keep going on, and with them being solitary, it's a little bit harder for them to get it. Now, thankfully, it has not been found in Florida yet. The closest it's been found here is far north Georgia. Now, sadly, if one of our little guys get it, it has a fatality rate of 90 to 100%. Once they get it, really not much that can be done for them. Kind of killed the mood there. Right. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Now, this is the part of the cavern that once we get past this point, the rooms are not very well excavated due to America's entry into World War II, brought work to a sudden stop down here. The passageway we're going through now is called the catacombs. It's where you can see the average height of the cavern to your left and right of what it looked like before excavation. Give you a little more idea of what they were crawling through. Okay. Now, these bottom 2 stairs do have water on them, so please be very careful. Watch your step and watch your head as you make your way down here.
Wash your head. It's okay.
Now, I did learn from the biologists that was here while they were doing the bat survey, they did find out where that white nose fungus came from. It came over from Europe. Their best guess was a cave explorer came over here to the States to visit our cavern. Not this cavern, but our caverns over here in the state. Not realizing they brought in a spore from their country, and it spread through our bats like wildfire. Now, if you look over here, this right here was the average height of the cavern before excavation.
Oh my God.
They were crawling through in their hands and knees and bellies. They would, since there was not a lot of room to swing any tool in there, they would be using hammers and chisels. They would chisel out little by little, fill these buckets up with limestone, and they would carry those buckets all the way back to the discovery room, dump them, came back down here, and repeated that process over and over again. Now, since this is limestone, they did not touch the ceiling very much. As you guys probably know, with limestone, if you dig too far up, they would have created a sinkhole on top of themselves. The ceiling would have came down. That's what appeared to happen right over there. They were digging that way, and part of the ceiling came down. Now, from we have learned that there was no deaths while they were working down here. Now, there was probably quite a few injuries since, OSHA, workman's safety was not a thing back then.
That's why they could get so much done.
Yeah. That's one thing neat, though, about them not touching the ceiling, is the ceiling we're looking at is probably the exact same ceiling they saw when they first crawled down in here. Now, when they first mapped the cavern out, they had to send the smallest guys through here because that is not a lot of room to be crawling around in. The first group that came down here earned the nickname the Gopher Gang. You can probably guess why, crawling through this stuff. Right? Do you guys have any questions?
So this would be, which way is represented? This one.
Right, this one over here.
You want to try it? Yeah. Just hang on my ankles.
Now, I've heard a story. I don't know if it's true, but I have heard stories of them getting stuck down there, and they would have to wait for the other guys to come chisel them out.
Oh my god.
Again, I don't know if that's true because they probably didn't want to log those kind of things. So if Fred got stuck, took 2 hours to chisel him out. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and make our way down this way. Just watch your step and watch your head.
Like the greatest skin.
Because my first month here, I hit my head almost every single day.
Oh, that's pretty.
Chemicals and stuff. So you're not transferring things from cave to cave.
That's one thing I talked to our biologist about, because I enjoy talking to her because it seems like I learned something new.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the process of trying to get something like that set up.
Okay.
Just even something like simple as that, it does take like a lot of paperwork and stuff like that.
Thanks for the warning.
Becky, we talked about fat faxes here. Are they kind of the normal size fat faxes?
Oh, they're about modern, average size.
Okay.
They're about
Have you ever seen the fat faxes in Gainesville University of Florida?
no man. Well, I know a lot of people are in this area bought some because a lot of the local FFA started making them and selling them.
Okay.
And people didn't realize they were putting them out in the sun.
Oh,
Not realizing tricolor bats don't like the heat.
yeah.
And then we're always wondering, well, why aren't they using our bat boxes? You stuck it right in the middle of the sun.
Yeah, the ones in Gainesville, they have 2 of them. They'll release 500,000 bats will fly out in 10 minutes. Amazing.
I've learned that's one of a lot of our campers here. That's like their favorite hobby in the afternoons. You'll see people sitting around the bat boxes with their lawn chairs watching the bats coming out of the bat boxes. I know one thing my grandpa always would show me that was neat. He would take a soda can and crush it up. When a bat would fly by, he'd throw it up in the air and the bat would dive bomb at it. Right. Now, sadly, over there, that goes to our round room. It is closed today due to flooding. So now it's time for this passageway behind me. This passageway behind me is either the most hated or the most loved. It kind of depends on who you ask. It's called Tall Man's Torture, Short Man's Revenge. It's about 4 feet tall for 20 feet or so. And to make it even better, there's a stalactite waiting for us on the other side. I will go first and help cover the stalactite and help kind of guide you guys through. Now, usually I would say stay to the right-hand side because that's the easiest way through this thing. But the cavern has thrown us another curveball. There is a giant water puddle to the right. As we make our way through here, just please be very, very careful and watch your heads and watch your step. Right, you guys have any questions? Like I said,
My knee pants.
yeah. I had a lady ask me one time, she goes, my son is 7'4", can he do the tour? I said, yeah, just bring him a skateboard for this part and we'll just kind of wheel him through. Hey, just watch your head and watch your step as you make your way through here. Come over to your left a little bit. You're clear. All right, come over to your left. Walk towards me a little bit. And you can stand up.
Thank you.
Come over to your left.
How are you?
Come over to your left, sir. Keep coming, and you can stand up.
Oh, come over here. Yeah.
Come over to your left.
Even being 5 feet, this is like
Come over to your left a little bit. You're clear.
Ah, I see which one he's blocking.
Come over to your left. Watch your head. You guys can stand up. So it will definitely let you know when it's there. Come over to your left, sir. Come over and you can stand up.
Stand up? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll never stand up again.
Ooh, keep your head. Come over to your left a little bit. This way. I got.
Over here. Come over here and watch it all there.
Come over to your left, and you can stand up. Come over this way. You can cast down. Now you can see why a lot of tour guides retire with back problems and concussions. Now, this is what we call the chandelier room because of that big formation way back there. Now, we have two ways to go around it. We can go to the left or we can go to the right side. The right side is the easiest way around this thing. As we go around the corner, there is going to be a big water puddle, so please be very careful. It's going to get kind of low, so watch your head as well. I don't know about you guys, I'm taking the easy way.
Would you be able to see the chandelier in the next room?
Yeah,
No.
It's this.
It's right
Oh,
here.
it's this right here. Okay.
Yeah, if some people want to come stand up here, the ceiling's a little bit taller, so you guys can stand up. That way nobody's having to kind of stand over. Okay. Well, guys, sadly, we have final questions for me. Well, if you guys enjoy the tour, I am just going to ask y'all to do me a small favor. We're having a competition between all of us tour guides to see who can get the most Google reviews. If you like the tour, if y'all don't mind us going on Google reviews, leaving us a review and mention my name. If you like the tour, my name is John. If you did not like the tour, my name is Wyatt. Now, we do have some nature trails you guys are more than welcome to check out. The first one is on your right as soon as you exit the cavern. It's called the Beach Magnolia Trail. It'll be a 15-minute hike to the backside of our museum. If you follow the sidewalk, you will come across the Bluff Trail. It's a 45-minute walk to the parking lot. That's where you'll find our tunnel cave. Now, if you want to check out the tunnel cave but don't feel like walking the 45 minutes, you start from the parking lot side. It's not even a 5-minute walk to the tunnel cave. Last but not least, if you follow the sidewalk and go past the Bluff Trail, you'll come across another trail on your right called the Side Door Trail. That is going to be your quickest and easiest way back to the museum, gift shop, and parking lot area. All right? All right. Well, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day and hope you come back and see us sometime.
Thanks, John.
All right?
Good job.
Just follow and watch your step. It is nice and cool out here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Are we gonna see you
Great job,
outside or
John.
are you turning around going?
I'll be outside.
Thank you, John.
Oh, did you want your?
Yeah, I'll take the weight back. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed watching the tour of the Florida Caverns. Thankfully, our guide, John, was willing to wear the mic, so I know you guys heard everything, whether I was front or back. If you enjoyed it, please give us a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know which caverns you've been to, so that we know what to look for
Exactly.
on our trip west.
If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.